Hello friends, how are you today? I'm doing pretty well, and I thought I would hop on here. I haven't checked my Tumblr messages in a really long time, and there's probably a lot in there, so I thought today, let's go through my Tumblr messages and just see where it takes us. Oh my god, there's a lot in here. Scrolling through, it's mostly about the cat. Tumblr is where socks first went viral. It was Tumblr, and then she spread to many other platforms, including Pinterest, Facebook, and many others. But yeah, most of these are about the cat. Cat's doing great. She's doing great. She's actually sitting right here. I'm gonna get her. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people, my love. Say hi. Here's a fun one, and it was also repeated in many comments in my last couple of videos was, hey, NB Goose, I have two questions for you. Number one, what pronouns do you use? And number two, how do you stay so confident in your gender feelings with so much non-binary erasure in the world? Number one, I don't really care too much about pronouns, but if you want to use they, them, you can use they, them, but he, him is not the end of the world for me either. Still feeling it out. Number two, I'll get back to you on that. Because I'm not. Here's one that's not really much a question, more just a concept. A goth vampire squid mermaid. Yeah. One of my favorite animals right now, it's the vampire squid. It's actually not a squid, it is a cephalopod, and it's also not very much a vampire either. It's pretty much just eats the scraps in the deep ocean, but it looks like a vampire. So it's my favorite because number one, cephalopod, number two, goth. Connor, I really hecked up and now I'm crushing on an ex who has moved on to someone else. Look at me, friend. Don't. Simple. Don't do that. But what? You can't choose your feelings. I know. Gosh, I really know. But really try not to do what you're doing. We just hit a new year, right? We just hit a new year. Let's head into the future together. Stop looking at the past. Let's do new stuff. Not go back to old stuff that didn't work before. You looked like a sexy villain in that last selfie. I don't know what selfie this is referring to, but yeah, thank you. Thank you, that's the goal. Literally, like, 90% of these are about the cat. You're more famous than I am. What do you think about that? She's not even looking at me. She doesn't even care. Do you have any advice for making amends, specifically if people didn't know you were using? Yeah, this asks specifically is about addiction stuff, but I'm gonna make it general. The most important thing when you're saying I'm sorry, or if you're like talking to somebody about a mistake, and this is something that took me so long to learn, is that it is not about you at all. Number one, you acknowledge the thing that you did that was wrong. Number two, you apologize for the thing that was wrong in an earnest and open way. And then number three, you leave it to the other person, and that's all that you have the ability to do. I used to take it super personally when people like wouldn't accept apologies or it wouldn't get fixed right away, and it's just because it was selfish, because I wanted it to be better, because I didn't like the way that I felt. Guilt is a good thing, you know. If you're feeling guilt for the right reasons, then use it, you know. Empower yourself to get better, do better. That's another big mood for 2018, is just do better, all of us. How have you been? This is a generic, I like this question. I'm gonna answer it. I have been really good. I've been really good. Day to day, waking up in the morning, going to work, doing my stuff, I have felt better than I have ever felt in my life in the past like couple months or so. And I'm working very, very hard to try and maintain that and try and acknowledge when it's kind of tailing off a little bit. And I don't know, man, I've been really good. It's one of the reasons why I was able to finally freaking come back to YouTube, was because I've been feeling good, you know? I've been feeling good, and I'm finally have the energy to jump in here and do this friggin' thing again. I have a crush on a boy and he likes me back, but he's a bully. He's said and done things that I think are disgusting, but he's adorable. He's artsy, smart, funny, and cool. When I say cool, I mean bro-y. Cocky walking attitude, that kind of cool that a shy, formally dorky girl like me never got to be a part of. Oh boy. Don't date jerks. I feel like that's... Don't date jerks. Unless you want to date the jerk. Listen, I'm not here to tell you what to do in your life. But I just have like a heart feeling that if there's been some stuff that's done that's disgusted you, don't date that person? I don't know. Just spitballing here, but you should date people that you like. I feel like that's not as profound as it actually is, but you should like the person that you date. If you're dating someone, you don't like them, don't date them. If they do stuff that you don't like, well, don't date that person anymore. Really hitting the deep stuff today. Don't date people you don't like. Quote me on that. Did you like working at an aquarium? Yeah. Before I moved to California, I worked at the aquarium in Baltimore. It was such a cool place to work. I work at a museum right now. It's such a cool place to work. I would totally recommend being around like museums, aquariums, zoos as like places of employment because they're just so, oh my gosh, they're awesome. You get to be like part of something that's bigger than yourself. You get to be around learning. You get to be around conservation, activism, all this kind of stuff. And it's just, it's wonderful. And I literally have no background in like education and like biology and any of that kind of stuff. But I found myself here and I would totally recommend it. Every single day of my life, I miss the peacock mantis shrimp at the aquarium where I used to work. And, oh man, just what a fun thing that is. Any tips for making friends? If you got them, I want them. A big goal for me in this new year is to put myself out there more and to reach out more and to try and make friends. I am not good at making friends historically. I'm very good at sort of acquiring acquaintances if we're like in the same place every day together. I'm good at that. But even then, taking the next step and actually being like, you want to hang out? I'm so bad at. 2018, I'm going to say yes to life. When people ask me to do things, I'm going to say yes to those things. When life hands me opportunities, I'm going to say yes to those things. Like freaking cat following me home, saying yes to that kind of stuff. It's a year of yes. A year of yes. Oh, there's another question about working at a museum. I just really want to know what it's like to work at a museum. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit. I'm going to do it in 3 words. Crazy, amazing, inspiring. Those 3 things. I get to learn a whole heck of a lot. I get to be around really driven people. I get to receive tons and tons of people, which can be crazy, but also enlightening. You get to see such a large sample size of the population and learn from them and just sort of, I don't know, I feel like I'm a part of the world, you know, working at a place that a lot of people go. Second part of the question was if you know a lot of oddly specific trivia from it. Yes, I do. I love having oddly specific trivia. One of my favorite things that I've sort of deduced based on knowledge that I've learned from the museum is this next sentence, which is a fully true sentence, and that's just, hummingbirds are just dinosaurs that behave like insects. And that's a true statement. Oof, man, message about writer's block. I'm a painter, but I've been having this problem where it's really difficult for me to start working on a piece. Hi, yeah, I just took an 8-month hiatus. I relate. Something that I almost oddly become addicted to is like talking about the things that I'm going to do creatively. You know, like I'm gonna work on this project, or I'm gonna write this thing, or I'm gonna do whatever, and then that feeling starts to become enough, even though the reality is that it's not enough. Normally, I would say with anything that's a process is to start small and just to do it. But I think with art, it's a little bit more difficult than that because I know for me, if I don't really see where something is going, I don't really want to do it. So my advice here, and this is something that I'm trying to put into practice, is to just start planning, like develop a plan for what you do. Like don't necessarily do the thing, like make the video or paint the painting or whatever, but develop a plan for doing that thing. Something that helped me was like making down a bullet point list of what my goals are, what my intentions are, and how I'm gonna go about doing it. Like the logistical aspects of how I'm going to execute my creativity. And then it's just about finding that moment when you're hit with the inspiration and capitalizing on it and jumping on it and executing that plan for yourself. Which is so challenging. Oh my gosh, it's so challenging. Anyone out there who is in a creative slump, who is taking a break that they want to get out of, but they can't get out of, good luck to you. Honestly, like best of luck to you. And when you finally do come out of it, I truly believe that you will be ready, rested, and inspired, and you're gonna make some awesome, awesome stuff, and I can't wait to see it. How do you feel about labels? This is actually a really interesting question for me. I use labels like bisexual, like non-binary. Primarily for me, I use them for other people. Because I think representation is cool, and number 2, it makes it easier to explain like what's going on with me. But I don't really care about them. Like I don't really care how you describe me as long as it kind of gets it right, and if it's not right then I'll be like, cool, let's re-examine that part. But yeah, I do also like the community aspect of labels sometimes. I think the Bi Plus community is an incredible supportive community that has been wonderful to me, even though at first I wasn't using labels, and labels still don't really mean much to me, but I think the community is very important. But my rule with all of this stuff, with labels, with identity, is like, you know, as long as you're happy, I don't care what you call yourself. Unless you're hurting anyone, I don't care what you call yourself. And you shouldn't care about what I call myself. And it's as simple as that. Can you describe the process of dyeing your hair? I probably shouldn't be the one to describe the process, as I've only done it twice. And I just kind of threw it on impulsively and just was like, okay, I kind of just painted my hair with my fingers with it. And yeah, if you want to get it done right, I would recommend going to a person. If you're cheap like I am, you can YouTube tutorial it. And that's what I did. Tell us a story about the wildest thing that happened to you over the summer. Okay, it's a VidCon story. I was asked to be on a mental health panel that was on the freaking main stage at this event, and like little old me sitting up there. Funny story is that I actually forgot my antidepressant medication to the event, and about like day 2, I started kind of feeling weird about it, and just sort of my soul left my body. So here I am sitting up on this stage. There's a lot of people in the audience, and we're talking about being sad. And next to me on the couch is somebody who I've looked up to for years, Hannah Hart. And that was just so, it was like a very strange out-of-body experience. It was also incredible, and I got to talk to so many people afterwards. For like, I talked with a couple people for like an hour after that panel. It was so great. But I just thought it was very, very funny that like I'm on this stage like talking about mental health, like having a panic attack, and just sitting next to Hannah Hart. And it was funny, and it ended up being an incredibly rewarding experience. I wouldn't recommend doing it off your meds. Take your meds. But yeah, that was one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me. And I feel very fortunate that it was something that I was able to do. So cool. What TV shows, movies, books have you been into lately? I've been sort of binging Criminal Minds, and when I kind of get bored with that, I'll switch and watch horror movies. I just watched one of my favorite films of the last 10 years, Byzantium. It's a vampire movie. Yeah, so I've been doing that a lot recently. And yeah, that'll probably change, but yeah, that's what I've been watching. Who's got more followers, you or Socks? Unfortunately, it's me right now. I want that to change though. You should follow my cat on Instagram, so that she can be more famous than me, because she deserves it. Look at her. Look at her. She's just snapping up there. There's a lot more messages in there. Way too many for me to answer in video form. I might eventually get to them on my actual Tumblr. But yeah, I just want to say a lot of those messages were very, very nice. I feel very loved. I feel very supportive. I want to thank everybody for just the kind words about me coming back to YouTube. I still am not sure what I want to do with it, but I think that's fine, and I'm so comfortable with not knowing right now, and I'm just having so much fun. I'm having more fun making this than I've had in years. I've been sick for the past like week or so, and today, even though I'm still sick, I still was like, I'm excited. I want to get up and I want to make a video, and that's, oh my gosh, I cannot describe how wonderful that feels. I'm excited for what's next. I'm excited to keep making stuff, and I'm excited to see where this goes. And yeah, that's about it for this video. I love you guys a lot. Click on the screen somewhere for my last one. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Later!